Come on, 2, 3.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Broadcast Retirement Network. I'm Jeff Snyder. This is BRN AM for Monday, March 14th, 2022. And our top story today, as the cryptocurrency market grows, state and federal officials mull more regulation. Joining me now to discuss this and a lot more, Luke Olinga is the tech team lead for TheStreet.com. Luke, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Hi, Jeff. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Happy. Good morning. And I know that you have a wide net that you cast when it comes to technology, but I want to focus a little bit or a lot on this morning about cryptocurrency. And there's a lot going on in this space. There was before the Ukraine invasion, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but there's a lot going on now. First, let's start with what's your basic assessment of the crypto industry today? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, all these great cryptos.
Hi, Jeff. Yes, first I want to say thank you for having me. So yeah, if I have to respond to your question, I think we're going to say that this is really, really an important moment for crypto, for Bitcoin particularly, because Bitcoin has been touted as the future of money. So today, what we are having is that the US has taken a step to make crypto and Bitcoin legal, but people have been waiting for this for so many years, for 13 years today. And now it looks like this is going to happen. And even the way it's going to happen seems to be really in favor of Bitcoin and crypto, meaning that they're not going to be casted like illicit way of payment, illicit, the money of bad guys, bad actors. It's going to be like the money you and I can use. We can use it for for buying our clothes to invest in, and that's really really good news for crypto evangelists, crypto fans, and crypto enthusiasts. That's how I can describe it. Even though the prices are down, I don't believe that's the point. The point today is that almost everyone knows about Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, I think when you talk to the average person on the street about what cryptocurrency, they're going to say Bitcoin. And of course, you're referring to President Biden's executive order, which basically says that the federal government is going to regulate in some capacity cryptocurrency and establish digital assets. As you said, a momentous occasion, because anytime government regulates something, it's almost like an acknowledgement, right? I mean, they're saying, okay, it's a market, it exists, it's a product, it's a service, let's regulate it.
Yeah, definitely. To your first point, Bitcoin, yeah, you have many crypto. Bitcoin is just one, the first one. And then you have more than 12,000 other what we call coins or other cryptocurrencies. But Bitcoin being the main one, the one people know when they talk about crypto, they see Bitcoin. But you have other one, and I will say the most known in the crypto space would be Ethereum, because Ethereum has what they call a technology called Ethereum. And that technology, the blockchain, allow developers, to build applications that you and I can use, for example, for loans, for different kind of users. So of course we know Bitcoin, but you have more than 12,000 other crypto, but you have to make sure that if you want to invest in one, you have to read what is behind, what is the project behind. Now, moving to President Biden executive order, of course, that's something that's been people have been waiting for this for many, many months. And this executive order, what it does is that instead of casting crypto in a bad way, it makes crypto or even Bitcoin like a legitimate way of thinking about money going forward. What will it look like? Could it coexist with dollar, the greenback? Of course, that's almost what Biden kind of said on Wednesday. So now going forward, how those two going to work together? How they're going to coexist together? I mean, the dollar, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. That's why we have to think about, moving forward now.
Yeah, and this is in line with when you look around the globe, there are other central banks that are looking at digital assets. So it's not just the Venezuelas, the Russias, it's the Australias, the Spains, other banks, the ECB that are looking at the creation of digital assets. So this really aligns with what other central banks are thinking. So it's more that homogeny with what's happening around the globe. What's been the reaction of, as you mentioned, evangelists, people who are on the front lines of crypto? I have to think that it's like being accepted into a club.
Definitely, and the U.S. was behind. I mean, China already have a digital currency. They tried to force athletes during the last Olympics to use it, but many people were really afraid because the way they would collect data, people were afraid that even the U.S. government told the athletes, I mean, American athletes, not to use it because the way they would collect data, you don't know what they're going to do with data. Because at the end of the day, crypto, because of the technology, digital asset, because of the technology, the blockchain technology, every move you make is everyone can see it. They can trace it, unlike what people have heard before. You can trace anything on the blockchain. As soon as you make a transaction on the blockchain, everyone sees it. They don't know that it's Jeff or Luke, but they can see that a transaction was made that day, that time, and where from, and where is it going. And everyone can see that. So to respond to then to your question, yes, the US needed to do this, to make this move, because otherwise you will fall behind. And you can see even the way the executive orders, was kind of drafted, is talking about making sure that we don't kill innovation. So of course, the evangelists were really happy because they were expecting something that going to say, oh, this is about illicit, this is about, bad actors, this is about laundering, try to launder money. But instead of that, it was about like, let's find a common ground. Let's call all the agencies and try to find out how we make sure that we don't fall behind. How do we make sure that if you and me use crypto, we're going to be protected? How we're not going to be, bad actors are not going to come in and steal our investment. It was more about that. And the executive orders as well didn't talk about tax. That's been the main issue. How they going to tax it? They didn't talk about tax. There were no really details. That means that crypto evangelists or crypto actors, they will have to weigh in going forward. They will have to, they will have a seat at the table. They will say, okay, maybe this is a bad policy. Maybe we should go this way. And that's really something they were looking for, being able to have a say. That's why they are so thrilled, because it's not coming with, we have to do this, we have to do this. It's about let's think together, let's put something, together here, let's work together, and let's try to set the rules so that everyone is happy, and mostly so that the US don't fall behind. Because China, Russia, everyone is far ahead now with a digital currency.
Yeah. Well, there's certainly a maturation process here. Luke, I need to take a very quick break. When we come back, I should say, we'll talk about what investors need to think about before they press go with buying cryptocurrency. You're going to want to stay tuned right here on BRN AM. Imagine a new television network that will make you richer, healthier, and in control of your financial future. This network is for the policewoman in Nashville, Tennessee, the baker in Dubuque, Iowa, the teacher in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to make the idea of savings and retirement culturally relevant. But what do you see as a defining issue of the midterms, especially for the smaller businesses? I mean, they are the lifeblood of the American economy. Featuring exclusive interviews, current affairs, and docuseries. 33 years old, you retired early.
The philosophy is money only matters if it helps you live a life that you love.
But you got to start thinking about retirement as soon as you get in.
The Broadcast Retirement Network will drive very high engagement with premium partnerships. So this isn't retirement and savings for your parents or grandparents. This is for all Americans. And we're going to change the way you think about money. Welcome to the next frontier of retirement and savings. This is BRN, the Broadcast Retirement Network.
Are you stuck with a low credit score? A credit report and score that's causing you to be denied credit or pay higher interest rates than others for the same things? Then do what Terrence did and call Credit Repaired for your free credit evaluation to help restore your credit.
I started thinking about buying a new house, and my score wasn't where I needed it to be. I called and spoke with one of the representatives, and we just had a good conversation, and I liked what he was saying.
Just one call for his free credit evaluation was all it took to start back on the track to repairing his credit.
I'm seeing the deletions and I'm getting the report, so I know something's being done. It does make a difference to me.
All it takes is one call to get started.
Credit Repair has given me a second chance to have a better credit score.
Don't let a low credit score hold you back another day. Do what Terrence did and make the call for your free credit evaluation.
Call 800-819-4152. That's 800-819-4152. Again, 800-819-4152.
Welcome back. We're talking to Luke Olinga. He's the tech team lead for TheStreet.com. Luke, thanks so much for staying with us this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me, Jeff. I'm really happy being here.
Absolutely. And let's shift gears. Let's talk about what investors, average investors on the street, they're hearing the Bitcoin, hearing Ethereum, they're hearing about this executive order. They watched our first segment. What do you need to do before you press go on trading and buying that cryptocurrency?
There are many things, Jeff. I mean, but the basic one would be like, what do I want? Do I want to invest, or do I want to use it? For sure, you cannot use it because Bitcoin or other crypto are not seen as means of payment for today. I mean, unless you travel to some countries or in some state or even in some small city, you can use it for to buy, to shop around, but you cannot really use it. It's more about investing in the future. But if you want to invest, the first thing you also have to remember is that it's a volatile asset. Bitcoin can go today from $40,000 to 90,000 tomorrow, and then fall back again, maybe to 10,000. So you have to be aware of it. Why? Why does this happen? This happens because even though the industry is maturing, but people are still afraid. You still have those what we call fear of those fears. You have all those things. So you have to be aware that it can go up tomorrow and then it go down the next day. So be aware of it. And then that means that if you invest into that, forget about it. Just forget about that. You put your money in Bitcoin because otherwise you're going to have those emotions, every day. And then what do you want? There are many things you need. First, I will say to people who don't know crypto that don't go to what we call decentralized exchange, because that's the only way where people like me, because I've been covering it, where we can go because we know the risk. So the first thing is try to find a crypto exchange. That's those crypto exchange, everyone knows, the Coinbase of the world, the crypto.com of the world. Those people, people know them, they're mainstream. So when you go there, of course, you have to set an account, and then you have to go through verification, and then you have to link either your bank account or your credit card, but make sure that you don't link that to your saving account. Don't do that. Because in case, they got, there is a scheme, there is something that they don't have to empty out your saving account. So make sure that you don't do that. Try to, if you want to do it, link it with your debit, your debit card, maybe your credit card, but really pay attention and try to make sure that If you want to invest in Bitcoin, everyone knows, at least you know what is a project. But if you want to choose other cryptocurrency, try to read about the project behind, because it's all about the project. Every crypto serves a purpose. What do the developer want to accomplish? When they have an idea, then they will issue what they call a white paper. You can read that as well. You can try to find the name, the people who are developing it. And if they say to you that what we want to do is that we're going to change the way people lend money to each other, then you can say, oh, that might be interesting, lending money, okay, I can see that. But if you don't understand anything about the project, don't do it. Don't buy that crypto, what they call tokens, because it's a coin that's been issued by the developer or a certain type of project just to finance the project. So
Yep.
make sure you can read those. And from there, I mean, it's pretty simple. Crypto exchange, you open an account and then, go from there.
I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of education here. Many Americans, many people around the globe work with a financial advisor. In your estimation, I mean, you're working for thestreet.com. Do financial advisors need to really boost their education? Are FAs prepared to talk with their clients about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto? Or are they behind the curve and need to get ahead of the curve?
I think they're beyond the curve and they really need to get ahead of the curve. The problem is that the curve is moving really fast. So even though your financial advisor does that, you have to do it yourself. Do your homework. Don't just, you cannot just rely on your financial advisor. This is a space that really moves fast. It really moves fast. Believe me, even as a reporter who has been following for many years now, it moves so fast. Rely on your financial advisor. But the problem is, crypto is what we call today the old metaverse Web3 world, the galaxy, meaning that they want to get rid of your financial advisor. Basically, they want you to make your own decision. Because they believe that through your financial advisor, you pay, you're losing money. So they want you to make your own decision. They want you to invest, and you can do it yourself. So if you rely on your financial advisor, try to make sure that your financial advisor is really ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
But even though they are, please do your own homework, and you can do it yourself.
Luke, what about ETFs? And we've talked on this program about exposure to a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency ETF. We're not at a point yet where there is a spot ETF, meaning you're actually physically investing in a token. You're investing in something a little bit less than that, for lack of a better term. Where are we with does this help with SEC approval? Does this executive order, does this decision from the administration signal to the SEC that, okay, maybe it's okay? And again, independents, they make their own decisions. There's different, they're part of the executive branch, but they have to make their own decisions. Chairman Gensler and the team have to make their own decision. But are we any closer to a spot ETF for crypto?
I believe yes and no.
That's not fair. You can't have it both ways.
I know that, but you just said, I mean, of course, he says the message to the SEC is to say, okay, we are okay with this. We are okay with crypto being here. So why not a spot? But at the same time, he does say to the SEC, you have to wait for your peers, for other US regulators to be there and to weigh in as well. So because if you make a decision now, that means that you are jumping ahead and you are forcing the hand of everyone. You're kind of telling everyone, oh, we just have to go. Let's do it. So I don't believe that's the way it's going to work, but I believe it's really a very positive sign for a spot ETF. I think we might have it maybe by the end of the year. The SEC has been trying to dodge a ball. I mean, they said to several funds, oh, please do your homework again. We have those apprehension. We have concerns about this. Try to respond to our concern. They've blocked some, but for some, they have told them, please respond to this. And I think we should heard by the end of April, they have to respond to 2 requests because they've been trying to delay it, but now they have to answer. And I think we have I think the deadline is at some point in April. They will have to answer, but I suspect they might trying to get, to push it back again for them to let other regulators weigh in, and mostly to see how Treasury, how the White House are seeing this. So that's why my question was yes, because they cannot say again, oh, crypto is this. Because now what they've been asked is, how do you make sure that mainstream investor, are protected if they want to invest in crypto? How do you make sure you have to find a way how you protect them? So it's not about, is this an asset we can use? It's more about, how do we protect people? So they cannot say again, no sport, we don't want to see this sport, then we're behind. Again, Canada and Brazil are already ahead with ETF, ETFs, spot ETF. I mean, when it comes to crypto, when it comes mostly to Bitcoin. In Brazil, it's about Bitcoin. And in Canada, I think it's both Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see, and nothing with government ever moves quick. It's not like they're just going to be like, okay, let's do it. It's about incremental change. Luke, we're going to have to leave it there. Really appreciate you coming on the program. Thank you for sharing your perspective, and we look forward to having you back on the program again very soon.
Thank you for having me, Jeff. Thank you. We appreciate it.
That wraps up this episode of BRN AM. Have a topic of interest, someone you think we should talk to? Well, hey, drop us a line. And don't forget, for all the latest curated news in lifestyle, wellness, finance, tech, so much more, and all in one place, check out today's edition of our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse. Want to search our archives? Check out our latest content? Well, check out our website. That's www.broadcastretirementnetwork.com. It should be right below here. And check out our streaming partners, Amazon, Roku, Samsung, and over 100 more. We're back again tomorrow. Until then, I'm Jeff Snyder. Stay safe, keep on saving, and don't forget, roll with the changes. Now is your opportunity to co-create content around any topic on the first lifestyle and wellness network. Reach a global audience through our platform and co-own exclusive branded content. All of our programs are available on demand and also as audio-only podcasts, so you can take us on the go. Broadcast Retirement Network, available anytime, anywhere, and on any device.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a Tax Doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Call 800-224-6439.